as we sit at this period in Detroit Lions camp, there is really not much going on. We have organized team activities, which begin tomorrow, the 23rd of May. But we keep talking about this over and over and over. And I don't know if this is just filler content or if there is some truth to that. And that is people keep being linked to the Detroit Lions. We had Yannick Ngakoue. We had Jadeveon Clowney. And as I said in yesterday's video, the Detroit Lions have 2 pure pass rushers. I don't understand why that's so hard for some of you to understand, but 2 pure pass rushers. We don't have a ton of them on this team. So with that being said, more names are being linked to the Detroit Lions. And one of those names is Chase Young. Now, before you start beating down the basement door of Detroit Lions Syndicate, you have to realize when we talk about these rumors, it is not me making a connection to every name that's out there. It is the fact that a lot of times there is truth to these rumors. There was truth to Jeffrey Okudah being traded. He was traded. There was truth to DeAndre Swift being traded. He was traded. There was truth to Jalen Ramsey coming to the Detroit Lions. There was truth to that, okay? So what I'm saying is that some rumors may be outlandish and some may have legitimate weight. Now, this is more of a, not necessarily a rumor, like I haven't heard it from anybody other than Cody Benjamin. And we're going to talk about the possibility of the Detroit Lions trading for Chase Young. Now, Chase Young was part of that 2020 NFL draft class, and we might as well call that draft class what it is, okay? A disappointment. Most of those players from that draft class have been disappointed. I want to say only 12 of the 32 players selected, 5th-year option was picked up. Jeff Okudah was part of that. His was not. His was voided out when the Detroit Lions paid some of his salary to go to the Atlanta Falcons. Chase Young was the guy that I wanted. I was hoping that the Washington Commanders passed on him so we could get it, because I truly believe Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn would have taken him. But Chase Young has been linked to the Detroit Lions through Cody Benjamin, our go-to guy the past couple of days with his reference to the Detroit Lions and edge rushers. Again, edge rushers that we can use, okay? Chase Young has been linked to the Detroit Lions, right? And why has he been linked to the Detroit Lions? Well, you think about the 2022 second overall pick at Aiden Hutchinson and then the 2020 second overall pick in Chase Young. Chase Young is kind of falling out of the good graces of the Washington Commanders. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option, okay? And according to Heavy.com, I'll link the article in the description, here's how they say Chase Young could fit with the Detroit Lions. Assuming Young could be acquired in a trade, the Lions are a team that makes sense for the defensive end. They were tied for 18th in the league with 39 sacks. Okay, I said 38 yesterday, but were in the bottom 5 in rushing yards allowed and yards yielded per carry. While an elite pass rusher when healthy, Chase Young is also an excellent run defender. The Pro Football Focus players' grades ranked Young at the top 10 edge rushers against the run in 2020. Now, our run defense was absolutely atrocious in 2022 and not really a bright spot for our team. The defense was bad, but the run D was especially bad. The run D in the secondary. We know that the Panthers ran the ball down our throat. That was the game that essentially kept us out the playoffs, right? But Chase Young, could he be on the trade block? My answer is yes. We've seen it already. So don't come in the comment section telling me blah, blah, blah. It's not it. We've seen it happen. I called Jeff Okudah. I called DeAndre Swift. When a lot of you, he ain't going nowhere. These guys, I told you, right? So these guys here, this guy has had massive potential. He came out of, let's look at his stats. He came out of his rookie year, and he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. He played 15 games out of the 16. He had 7.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and he recovered 3 of those forced fumbles. In 2021 is when the injury bug hit. He tore his ACL, played 9 games, had 1.5 sacks, and then they kept holding him out. In 2022, he played 3 games. He did nothing in year 3. And that is why the Washington Commanders decided not to pick up his fifth-year option. Now, here's the thing as to why is it a possibility? Yes. Quentin Williams, I think this is more plausible than Quentin Williams, to tell you the truth. The trade capital, Jeff Okudah was the third overall pick. Now, he's never played to the level of Chase Young's rookie of the year level. However, Chase Young is on the outskirts. He's on the outs with his team. Okay? If they're basically saying to Chase, in order for you to get tagged or get a new contract, he'll probably be tagged. He's got to ball out this year. All right? Chase Young will become a free agent next year. The same way, unless he is tagged by the Washington Commanders. Could the Detroit Lions trade for him? What did Jeff Okudah go for? A fifth-round pick. Chase Young is better than Jeff Okudah, even unhealthy, in my opinion. Okay? Chase Young, I think you can get it for a fourth. You can get it for a fourth-rounder. We can give a 2024 fourth-round pick for Chase Young. If we look at his salary cap, his numbers, his salary breakdown, okay, he was going to get $17 million being the second overall pick. The club declined it, right? So this is where he's at. Base salary of $5.3 million, signing $5.6. So you're talking about $10 million is what he's going to get for this year. $10 million, right? That right there is enough for us to be able to take Chase Young, okay? Is this something that I make? It's risky. It is risky because you're talking about a 1 year rental, quite possibly, right? But we could also tag Chase Young. So we can get it for 2. 1 year rental, upwards of $10 million, okay? But the upside, though, it would be tremendous. If you put Hutch and Chase, that could help tremendously if Chase is healthy. Now, here is my kind of thought about that. Chase Young, he got hurt in 2021. He basically had, from the time he rehabbed in 2021 and most of 2022 to heal. So we've seen the guy work out, right? We've seen his work ethic. He reminds me a lot of Aiden Hutchinson. Would he be worth the risk to bring in here? I would say fourth-round pick, maybe get Washington to pay some of his salary, and we can bring him in. I would trade for Chase Young for a fourth round, give him a fourth-round pick. Maybe they pay, $2.5 to $5 million of that. We take Chase off their hands, and he becomes a Detroit Lion. And if this guy is healthy, it would be lights out. I'm telling you, that defense would change. We would have Aiden, Chase. One's in, one's out. They're both in. It would be a certified nightmare for defenses. Again, this guy got to stay on the field. And until his ACL injury, he was on the field, right? So for me, this is the deal. This is not, I want every big name on the team. I look at it as a strategy. There is some risk involved with trading for Chase Young, but that's a risk that's with anyone, right? You take away the ACL, he had a major injury. Like that is a major. That's not one you get back on the field in six weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's a major injury. For me, I bring him here. Fourth-round pick. Maybe. The salary is not the deal breaker for me. However, if we could get them to pay like we did for Jeff Okudah, if they could do that for us, I take this. No doubt. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you want Chase Young part of the Detroit Lions? You can put it in the comment section, and we can talk about it. Have a respectful conversation about Chase Young and our Detroit Lions. So let me know what you think in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.